Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchuk here with ILTV's morning briefing.
Israeli troops have prevented yet another stabbing attack in the West Bank, this time on Friday afternoon at a hitchhiking post near Hebron. A Palestinian terrorist approached the Elias junction and attempted to stab civilians waiting at the post before he was shot down by Israeli security forces in the area. He sustained a wound to his leg, and luckily no innocent Israeli civilians were injured in the incident. The terrorist had allegedly been hiding in an orchard near the junction which leads to the Jewish community of Kiryat Arba, and was caught approaching civilians at the hitchhiking post with a large knife in hand. Elias Junction was also the site of an attempted car ramming attack last week, where two Palestinian terrorists sped towards the same hitchhiking post in an attempt to run over the Israelis waiting there. The Israeli Prime Minister has extended an unprecedented invitation to the President of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, asking him to address Israel's parliament, known as a Knesset. The Palestinians have quickly rejected his invitation, calling it a gimmick designed to mask Israel's disinterest in moving forward with a peace deal. Yet both Netanyahu and Abbas's speeches at the United Nations last week have presented starkly different views of the path necessary to revive peace talks. Netanyahu is rejecting a settlement freeze, the division of Jerusalem and the 1967 borders as a basis for talks, all of which Abbas has listed as preconditions to going back to the negotiating table. It looks like the Israeli Prime Minister is set to meet with both U.S. presidential candidates in New York today. Both meetings are to take place separately, but Netanyahu has made it clear that Israel will maintain absolute balance in its contacts with the two candidates. It appears as though both meetings materialized over the course of the last 24 hours after Netanyahu's advisors received a phone call from some of Trump's aides. Once it was made clear that Netanyahu is in fact willing to meet up with Trump, the Israeli Prime Minister's office reached out to the Clinton campaign to arrange a meeting with a Democratic candidate. Israeli commuters are breathing a united sigh of relief now that the train stops in Tel Aviv will be reopening today. Tel Aviv's Savidor, Hashalom, and University stations were closed last week to install tracks for the new express train between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and to double the lines between Herzliya and the White City. But the construction led to almost a week of traffic chaos throughout central Israel. The major increase of cars on the road caused a gridlock throughout the country, blocking major travel routes. The construction on the train was supposed to continue for another 3 days, but the Israeli railways and police have just announced that the stations will reopen today.
That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchuk, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.